Midnight Fight Express is a top-down, Hotline Miami-inspired Batman arcade game. You got punches, you got counters, you got a variety of weapons to pick up and throw around the environment. There's 40 levels. Let's hop into one and show you how it is. The actual story is pretty good. You know, it's well done over the course of it. My main problems with the game are difficulty spikes. When you're in a flow, it's pretty fun. Like this, right here. Kicking things at people, interrupting their attacks, throwing bins at them and plungers. That's fun. Those mechanics are fun. The problem I have with it is that there are often times where you're fighting people with guns, or enemies who have weapons that will literally kill you in one or two hits. That ain't fun. Like, combat is fun for the most part. The problem I have is, as I say, difficulty spikes. The game itself is about maybe 5 or 6 levels, or 5 or 6 hours long, which is pretty good for a game that's like 20 quid. It makes me feel bad to play, to do the best I can, and then still see the end of the screen just be like, yeah, you're bad at this. It doesn't make you feel good. Like, you have to pretty much keep a combo going to it the entire level to be able to continue to get S rank throughout it. So that's a challenge, that's fine. But repeatedly telling you you're bad to it the entire game is pretty bad. Also, I don't know why it took me to the end of the level and the end of the game there to show me that. Good job, game. Like, there are apparently perks in the game. I did not unlock a single one completing the entire game. I'm guessing you have to do more challenges to get them. Maybe I have to like master every level to get them, because you unlock costumes and cosmetics by completing challenges on levels, like, you know, beat enemies up with a sink or put plungers in enemy faces. That got me a mask and a drone skin, but those aren't particularly useful things. And then there's other weird things like the gold teeth that you get for beating up bad guys. Like, I'm apparently missing a couple from that level. I don't really know how to generate them. Like, you can't skip fights, you can't not beat up all the bad guys, so you just have to keep replaying it until you get them randomly. That's not clear at all. Like, you have a skill tree, and as you unlock some of these skills, you start to feel a lot better about it. Like, when you start out, you can't disarm enemies with weapons. You can't even parry enemies with weapons, which means you'll often be able to hit you out your combos, and that feels bad. And there are so many enemies and locations in the game where I just found myself going, man, forget this game. Like, there's levels where you're on a motorcycle or a jet ski shooting people with infinite ammo that just feel incredibly out of place. They're there to give you a break from punching people, I get it, but you know, they're not fun. Like, the bike level in particular is egregious for having cars come out of nowhere that murder you. That's just frustrating. And then some of the levels have enemies that you can't punch, and you have to use particular weapons to defeat, and can instant kill you as soon as they get near you and stuff like that. It's like, none of that is fun. Or there's a boss fight against a guy who's got a flamethrower, where you can throw as much stuff as you like at his face, but you cannot hurt him until he runs out of flamethrower fuel. If that had been communicated better, I would have found that fight less frustrating, instead of thinking that I'd have to take him out at range. It's not quite there for me. Like, I enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed the majority of the levels, and I'd give it a solid like 6 or 7 out of 10. It's just the frustration of enemies. Like, there's a level where you're in an elevator and there's a checkpoint just after some special forces break in who've got shotguns, and you can literally die within a third of a second of respawning if they decide to shoot you at the same time. Like, you gotta be mashing the dodge button as soon as you get in to try and get close, and then it gives you helpful tilt tips like, try fighting enemies with guns first, and it's like, all 5 of them have guns again. It's not helpful. So yeah, I want to say I had a good time, but I want to say I wanted to like this game more than I do. Like, there's all sorts of stuff, like there's this playground where you can customize dummies and weapons and stuff, and I don't see the purpose of that. Like, if you need to play these levels over and over again to get high scores, why go into a training ground to practice moves when you may as well practice it on the level, and then you might well get the score you need or complete the challenge you need at the same time? I don't know. I'm not a score chaser. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to replay levels over and over again to get a high score on the leaderboard, and as far as I can tell, none of my friends have this, so it's not going to be a draw for me to keep playing. But I'm going to delete it once this review's done, and I'm never going to think about it again. It's that simple. Like, there's higher difficulties than the game, than the one I beat it on, and I can't even imagine how awful those are, because it's so easy to die in 1 or 2 hits, or be killed from something you didn't know would just instant kill you. But I can imagine it'd be more frustrating when more things can do that. And I still have no idea how to get those perks, or maybe those perks would enhance my enjoyment of the game. But if you have to get them by mastering levels, then that means that the people who get them are the people who don't need them. I wanted more from this. I thought it looked really cool. And I just... disappointed.